Hello! In this video, I'll be showing you 4 really cool traps in the King's Gambit opening. If you want me to make a beginner's guide on the King's Gambit like I have with some other openings, let me know in the comments and I'll think about doing that in the future. But anyways, let's get right into the video. So the King's Gambit is played by white after e4, e5, and f4 on move 2. The first trap we're going to be looking at today is if black tries to decline the gambit by defending their pawn with d6, and a natural looking move trying to pin our knight. With white, we can continue developing, and what black might try doing here is piling pressure on our pinned knight to win that piece, which looks supernatural, but as a matter of fact, this is actually our first trap. If you would like, see if you can try to find the move on your own. But the move we have available, bishop takes f7 check. And after king takes, we give a check with the knight, and we pick up the bishop afterwards. And this is already a devastating position for the black king, since he can no longer castle, and all of our pieces are already seeing red, looking hungry at this king. That is the first trap in the King's Gambit. The second trap I'd like to show is if black just tries to continue with normal development after they accept the gambit. So say after they accept, they just try developing their knight like normal. White can immediately take over the center, and black tries striking back with d5. And after takes and queen takes, we can immediately attack the queen. And a very common move you're going to see by players online is delivering this check with the queen. Now, I looked at the stats on Lead Chess, and the most common move here played by black, as a matter of fact, is bishop to b4, which leads us to trap number 2. See if you can find the winning move for white here. The winning move here is a pawn fork with pawn to d5. And after takes, we're picking up a piece with an advantage. Things are looking real good. And that is our second trap in the King's Gambit line. For our third trap in today's video, we're going to take a look after black accepts the gambit again and plays what's known as the Fischer defense. I feel like a lot of people play the Fischer defense online because Bobby Fischer is their favorite player and they just happen to know his name. But anyways, we're going to take a look at a trap that happens very commonly online when people play this with the black pieces. So after we're able to take over the center, and after they take our knight, very common move is for players to deliver this check with the queen. And one of the most common things that happens online is that they try to take this pawn with the black pieces, thinking they're going to get this discover check off. But what a lot of players miss online is that we can take on f7, and we win the bishop with check. And we're already winning with the white pieces for the third trap in today's video. Okay, and for the fourth and final trap of today's video, I'm going to show you what I think is one of the most spectacular traps in the King's Gambit line, which can lead to white winning by checkmate in only 16 moves. So we're going to take a look after black tries accepting the gambit again and tries holding on to the pawn with the g pawn on g5. Now as white, we're going to play h4, immediately putting pressure on this g pawn. And online, the second most common response played by the black pieces is trying to defend with f6. Now, this is the most spectacular move of this video. Give yourself some time, pause the video, see if you can find the winning move for white here. It's really hard to find, and if you can find it without having seen this before, I applaud you because this is an insane move. The move here is the spectacular knight sacrifice. Knight takes g5, double exclamation point. What is the point of this move? Well, if they recapture, we have this queen to h5 check. And after the king moves, we just start winning a ton of material. And as a matter of fact, the best try by black is to basically just lose the knight back. And we're going to come out of this ahead of pawn with black's king unable to castle. But I did say we are able to win by checkmate in only 16 moves. So how is that possible? Well, if black doesn't calculate all the way and say they just try running back, well, here's a crazy sequence of moves that could happen already. After we give this check, deliver another check, black can try blocking, we can ignore it and take it. Black might not want to just give up the queen for this bishop, so they try blocking with their own bishop, not realizing we can take that as well. We're checking again. We are checking again. We are checking again. We are checking again. And finally, after the queen sadly has to give up, and we win, either with bishop takes or pawn takes. But this is, as a matter of fact, checkmate in only 16 moves. There's a bunch of other moves black can try here, but they all lead to checkmate. And this position's already completely lost for black. Only by playing the most natural looking moves, black is already completely losing right out of the opening. And this is what I think is the most spectacular trap in the King's Gambit, all starting from this insane move, knight takes g5. And as a special little bonus for this video, I decided to show a cool little line that I found, which at the master entitled level, most players actually aren't playing the best move with white. So I thought I would show the improvement that I happened to find, because it's pretty cool. It's not exactly a trap, but it's white converting the position into a winning endgame out of the King's Gambit, which is pretty rare. So I thought that was pretty cool. But it happens after the King's Gambit declined and after they tried pinning our knight. Now, if we look at the Explorer at master level games, we can see that the most common move played is castle c3 and knight c3. But when I analyzed really deeply with Stockfish at a super high depth, I actually found the best way to play here with white is not to castle, is not to play c3, but it's to play h3. Now, black can't actually retreat to h5, because if they do, the bishop is going to end up getting trapped. So I guess there actually is a little trap in this line. I lied. But if black sees that and they try taking, and then attacking our queen, there's a spectacular move in this position, which is really hard to see. So see if you can try to find it. The move is actually queen to d3, which looks really strange, I will admit. But this is what Stockfish recommends at super high depth. And the idea is we're going to play c3, and after the knight runs away, we can trade this pawn and basically just come out of this with a nice looking endgame where we have more pawns in the center, we have more space, a better bishop, we're castled, we have this open file, and things look pretty good. So I thought this was cool because, again, as I showed in the Explorer, like, title level players weren't playing the best move here, and this is actually the objectively best line for white to play for. So I thought I'd throw this in as a cool little bonus. And those were the traps for today's video. If you enjoyed those traps, let me know in the comments, and also let me know if you want me to make a beginner's guide on this opening. This is actually one of my favorite openings to play online, not only in Blitz, but also in Rapid as well. I feel like a lot of people really underestimate this opening. It's not losing for white like some people might think. It's questionable, but not enough people study it, so it performs extremely well online. And I actually highly recommend giving this opening a try if you like winning by checkmate and by attacking your opponent. But anyways, that's it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you have a great rest of your day, and good luck in your future chess games. Thank you.